In the annals of history, the Dutch East Indies, now known as Indonesia, was under the colonial rule of the Dutch for more than 3 centuries. This rule was characterized by an exploitative economic system, where the Dutch heavily profited from the rich resources of the archipelago. However, the seeds of nationalism started to sprout at the dawn of the 20th century, marking the beginning of the Indonesian independence movement. The first wave of nationalism began in 1908, with the formation of Budi Utomo, an organization that focused on improving the welfare of the Javanese people. This was followed by the establishment of other organizations, all aiming to liberate Indonesia from Dutch colonial rule. The passion for freedom grew, and the flame of independence was ignited. However, it was during the Second World War, with the Japanese occupation of Indonesia, that the fight for independence truly gained momentum. The Japanese strategic destruction of Dutch infrastructure and the spread of nationalist sentiment among the people played a pivotal role in the subsequent revolution. The unconditional surrender of Japan in 1945 offered a golden opportunity for Indonesia. Sukarno and Hatta, 2 prominent leaders of the independence movement, seized this chance to proclaim Indonesian independence. The news of independence spread slowly to the outer islands, but eventually most Indonesians came to regard themselves as pro-republican. The power vacuum left by the Japanese created opportunities for the Republicans. Young Indonesians, known as Pemuda, joined pro-republic struggle groups. The Republican leaders had different approaches, with some advocating for armed struggle and others focusing on diplomacy. The period from 1945 to 49 was marked by sporadic but bloody armed conflict, internal political upheavals, and international diplomatic interventions. The Dutch military, although controlling major towns and cities in Java and Sumatra, struggled to maintain control over the countryside. By 1949, international pressure and military stalemate led to the Dutch recognizing Indonesian sovereignty, marking the end of Dutch colonial rule. However, this did not significantly improve the economic or political fortunes of the majority of the population, marking the complexity of the revolution. In summary, the struggle for Indonesian independence was a complex process. It began with the sprouting of nationalism in the early 20th century, gained momentum during the Japanese occupation, and culminated in the proclamation of independence in 1945. The following 4 years were marked by armed conflicts and diplomatic struggles until the Dutch finally recognized Indonesian sovereignty in 1949. Despite achieving independence, the revolution did not significantly improve the economic or political fortunes of the majority of the population, highlighting the intricacies of the independence movement.